going on, guys? It's your boy Robbie Miles. Happy Sunday. Appreciate you guys hanging out today. I got a fun video for you guys today. It was a video that I've been thinking about quite a bit lately on my VHS journey. And something that has been on my mind just a ton. And I was hoping to get a guest on for this one, but I'm excited to just give you my thoughts, unfiltered, unadulterated. Because to be completely honest with you, you know, there's so many ways for me, so many reasons why I think VHS is better than 4K. Now, I'm not here to tell you that it is the overall better format. This is an opinion question, and nor am I telling you it looks better. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and spew lies. Clearly, 4K is a superior format in a lot of ways as well. It looks better. It is a digital format, so the sound quality is going to be better. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to tell you why I do think it is a better format. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say it's supreme in every way. It's not. But there's in my VHS journey, and I've been collecting VHS for about 2 months now. I have a pretty decent collection because that's just the way I am. I hit the ground running with everything in my life. And if you've been following along, I have some pretty solid titles already. But there are just some things that are hitting really hard as to why VHS is just an excellent format and in many ways better than 4K. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so thank you guys for hanging out. If you can hit that like button, please subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. And again, this is in my opinion, probably going to be a controversial video and a controversial topic. So please hit me up in the comments and let me know your opinions. Maybe I'm just being an idiot, and maybe I need to be put in my place a little bit. I don't know, but I really want to hear your thoughts on this. So please sound off in the comments. Hope you guys are having a nice caffeinated beverage today. All right, so I got 3 reasons for you guys, okay? And reason number 1, right off the bat, okay, Synapse Films came out with a release a few months back, maybe even like half a year, maybe 6 months ago, something that I was eyeing big time, okay? And that is none other than The Convent on 4K. So I'm going to share my screen for just a minute, okay? Let me share here. Let's go to Convent. And so here you go. This is The Convent Synapse Films release. 4K, Ultra HD, Blu-ray, 4,000 limited, all that good stuff. Pretty sweet artwork on there. I believe that's the original poster art, but I think they like popped the color a little bit, made it more a little greener than the original cover. But anyway, so they put out this release of a movie called The Convent, which I believe is an early 2000s kind of like body horror-ish movie, very campy, very very gory sci-fi, I believe. I haven't seen it. Actually, funny enough, I saw the ending, which is unfortunate. But anyway, so The Convent. I was considering getting this release, okay? Big time. I really want to see this movie. And I thought, what better way than 4K, right? But then, guys, I looked at the price. This 4K Convent release is $50 fucking dollars. Okay? Now, again, I'm not telling any of you how to spend your money. And if you're a big fan of The Convent, get it. By all means, do it up. But I can tell you this right now. I went back and forth on this release probably 30 times. Probably had it in my cart 5 or 6 times, and I never pulled the trigger because with shipping, you're looking at $60 for one movie. And a movie called The Convent, nonetheless. And I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I've never seen it. I did see the ending. But, you could be a huge fan, and this was like a big deal for you. I don't know. But for someone like me, who I haven't seen the full movie, there's no way I need this movie for $60. There's just none. And so recently I had the opportunity to grab it on VHS, okay? And I can tell you right now, I paid a lot less than $60, okay? We're talking about a 90% mark off on that. And there are other reasons why this specific movie is way better on VHS, but I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, so a movie like The Convent. Now I'm not saying it's not going to look better and sound better on 4K. Of course it is. But there's a campiness to this kind of a movie. And there's a horrorness and a true what's the word I'm looking for? Indie style to this movie, and it feels like it is an underground horror movie that, in my opinion, just doesn't need to be seen on 4K. It just doesn't. Okay, the effects are mid. I've seen some of the effects, and it just doesn't need to be on 4K. I'm not saying it wouldn't look great on 4K, and it's a fun movie to watch on 4K, but I picked up a VHS copy of this movie that is going to be just fine for how I want to view this movie. I don't need to spend 60 fucking dollars on this movie to see The Convent. Now, again, please know, I'm not telling you shouldn't get this. If you love The Convent, go for it. But for a lot of these 4Ks are blind buys. A lot of Severance stuff are blind buys, and a lot of them are great movies. But the first time watch for these movies that most of the time are very campy, that will look great, grainy, and kind of indie, and give you that underground feel, make it kind of a better viewing experience, in my overall opinion, than seeing it gorgeously on 4K. You don't necessarily need that. Sometimes it's more fun to watch it grainy and campy and like a old school style, hang out with your friends late at night. That's just me, but like sometimes it's more fun to watch movies like that. Now, again, that's just my opinion. But anyway, this release, I was thinking about it more and more, and it just got me thinking about this topic. And so I grabbed the VHS, and it's on its way, and I can't wait to watch it. Again, it was super cheap, and I'm gonna watch it on VHS, guys. Like, it's gonna be sick, it's gonna be sweet. So yeah, there you have it. That's my first reason. I mean, I just can't be spending $60 on these 4Ks when, to be honest with you, it's even more enjoyable to watch, on VHS with that grain, old school style, guys. Like that's so much fun for me to watch these campy movies. Anyway, that's reason number one. So in thinking more about this, so reason number two, okay. Now, if you're a VHS collector, you probably are aware of this, but there's an infinitesimal amount of horror movies on VHS. Okay, something like 50% of movies that were released on horror movies that were released on VHS haven't even sniffed a digital release, meaning DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K. Okay, so when you add that to, the difference between VHS and 4K specifically, I mean, there's probably a number, and I was looking this up earlier before I started filming, in the number of 5,000 to 10,000 movies that have never been, that are the difference between VHS and 4K. So you're talking an exponential amount of horror movies that have not been that have not been released on 4K that you have access to with the VHS format. Okay, I mean, I just picked this up a couple weeks ago at the Archive in Connecticut, a movie called Ankle Biters. Okay, don't look down. Now, the catchphrase for this movie, you ready for this? I had it here a minute ago. Things get complicated. I'm sorry. A small town is overrun by ankle-biting, blood-sucking dwarf vampires. Now, if this hits a 4K, please let me know. I doubt it does. But you cannot... I'm willing to bet you will never get an edition like this on 4K. Okay? Or a movie like Ankle Biters on 4K. And I can tell you right now, like, this movie is so much fun. So, you're getting... There's a extremely large portion of movies on VHS for cheap that you're just not going to get on 4K. Okay, that's reason number two. Okay, it's an exponential format that is endless. I've been collecting for about 2 months now, and I have a lot of great titles in my collection. A lot of the things that I really wanted to get, a lot of underground stuff like Ankle Biters that I didn't know about, but I've seen these titles that haven't even scratched the surface. I just picked up Pinocchio's Revenge. Again, like, some of these movies are just so classic and so perfect for what I like in horror, and like, they just don't need to be seen on 4K. I don't need to see Pinocchio's Revenge in 4K. I just don't. It looks almost better with the graininess. Okay, so there's just an exponential more amount of movies on VHS than there is on 4K. And really any digital format. And, rightfully so, it's been out for a lot longer, but I just think that's so interesting. Anyway, my last reason is this, okay? In my opinion, okay, and you might think differently, that's what I want you guys to sound off in the comments, but in my opinion, okay, a VHS wrap, okay, the VHS wrap box is just way cooler than any kind of slipcover, and makes a way better display piece than a digital format, most notably a 4K, ever could. Now, I have Halloween on just about every format possible: VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. I have the entire Scream Factory 4K set. I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray set. I have I have the entire collection on DVD, and I also have the original on VHS. Now, this to me is not as this is a pretty pricey edition for VHS. But at the same time, this media edition of Halloween to me is absolutely gorgeous. And the VHS wrap is exponentially more beautiful and makes a display piece on your shelf than any digital edition ever could. Even the Scream Factory box set that I have, it doesn't even hold a candle to this. Okay. And the other thing, most of the time with VHS tapes, you're getting the original artwork. So like, I mean, I just for whatever reason, the original artwork on all these VHS tapes just looks unbelievable because they came out usually right after the movie was released. Okay, now not necessarily the case for Halloween because it was such an old movie, but I mean, look at that, guys. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? So for me, these movies on VHS make way better display pieces than digital format ever could. Look at Army of Darkness, guys. And I think part of the reason of that is that it takes up the whole kind of movie. It's not like you have a smaller kind of disc with a box and the box is kind of jutting out. I don't know. I love that it wraps the whole movie and you get this kind of really nice box display. Anytime I buy VHS, I think about it in terms of, yes, I want to see the movie, but also this is going to look banging on my shelf. That's just the way I think. And, um, that's my opinion. And, again, like I look at the Army of Darkness tape and I look at the digital format. I have the Scream Factory, even with the slit. It's just, there's something about the tape that just pops so much harder for me. Maybe it's that it's thicker and bigger. It's just way, way cooler in my opinion. And then again, even like Sleepaway Camp, like original artwork, guys, original artwork. I don't believe there's a single digital release of this that has this artwork on it. So 90% of the time with VHS, you're getting the original artwork. And if not, there is an edition with it out there. So again, I know Sleepaway Camp has a few different editions, but the original Video Treasures has the media or the Video Treasures has this original poster art, which to me is just awesome. So anyway, listen, I know, again, I know this is going to be a controversial topic. I'm not here to tell you that it is a supreme format in every way. There's so many things about 4K that is better, but the more I collect VHS, the more I start to think about it is better. It is a great format for a lot of reasons, and for a lot of reasons, it's better than 4K, guys. So that's kind of where I'm at with this, and I really wanted to do a video on this, so I'm excited to hear your thoughts, guys. Sound off in the comments. Let me know. Am I crazy for this? Truly, like, am I smoking the hashish for this? I'm curious to hear what you guys think, man. Does any of this make sense to you? Am I just weird because I like good packaging? Am I just weird to want to watch The Convent over on VHS over The Convent on 4K? Regardless of the $60 pricing. So that's it. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Press that like button. Appreciate you guys hanging out, and I'll catch y'all later. Your boy Miles out. Peace.